All right, so I'm out here at Waterfront Park in Trenton, New Jersey, speaking with Tommy Joseph. And Tommy, a lot of guys talk about trade rumors and as though, there's a level of disappointment there when you're dealt away from a team that kind of bred you, and then, maybe the alternate hand is looking at it as though it's great news that somebody wants you. Just want to get your vibe, get your feelings on just the turnaround here in the past week for you.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it right on the nose. I mean, it's, you get traded and at first you're excited. It's a new opportunity, and then right after that you're like, oh, I'm going to miss everybody, and, all the memories that I had, were great. All the teammates I had were awesome, and, the Giants, did it the right way, and I was happy to be a part of that organization. But, now I'm on to, new things here with the Phillies, and, it's a great opportunity, and I'm really excited.
Now you're out here hitting the road here with the club, kind of near home, short road trip from Reading here to hit Trenton, and a lot of Phillies fans in this area. What's the excitement level like for you to, be joining the Phillies organization, this homestand? You just had a quick homestand coming out here. There's still Phillies fans here nearby. So just what's your excitement level to join the Phillies organization?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, all the teams are on the East Coast, so obviously the Phillies fans are all over the place. And, they're great to have around. They're awesome fans. They're very dedicated. And they've been nothing but supportive of me, and it's a great feeling that they're welcoming me in, like they are, and it's awesome.
And you talked about being welcomed in, a lot of fanfare, but then you get a lot of media attention last week too. I mean, I remember seeing a still image that Eric, the PR guy, tweeted out, and just a whole media contingent kind of swarming you for that initial day, that initial arrival home there. It's a First Energy Stadium. Is that the type of thing that's welcome for you?
Yeah, it's neat. I've never had this much attention over the internet or media or anything that's going on, and to get it, it's cool. I feel honored that they want to do an interview with me. That I'm I guess someone special, sort of, and. But, at the end of the day, I'm still a ball player, and that's still, my number one job. And, I take a lot of pride in my game, and, I still got to go out there and play.
Now we're talking about attention here, and you mentioned the internet just a little bit there. I know you've got a Twitter. Are you big on that? Is that kind of something that you don't pay much attention to, and did you get a lot of welcomes on there?
Yeah, a lot of welcomes. The Phillies fans definitely welcome me with open arms on Twitter. It was really nice to kind of see that, and. But I'm not too big into it. I don't really tweet all the time, but I like retweeting. It's a lot easier. I don't have to think of anything. But it's nice. I mean, it's fun to see all those people following you and see that all the Phillies fans are dedicated, and they're up to date on everything, and they're in the news. So it's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we're talking about this attention here, and rising levels of kind of fanfare, and the media swarming you a little bit there, fans giving you the welcome on Twitter. Now I want to get your vibe there in relation to that. Is there any additional pressure to perform? Because right out of the gate, you come home to Reading there, go 1 for 13 on that homestand. Is there any additional pressure on you, do you think, to maybe make an impact here early, to maybe prove everything worthwhile?
No, I don't think there's any pressure at all, unless that's the pressure I'm putting on myself. No one's told me I got to do certain things and I got to hit a certain way. The 1 for 13, that's just going to happen in baseball. It's just how it is. It's just an adjustment period. But I got a great set of teammates around me, and they picked me up the entire week, the entire home series. They just took off, and it's good to have that supporting cast. And not saying I'm the number one guy, but obviously a lot of people looked at me to do big things at that home series, and I didn't perform to the high level, and everybody around me did. And I think we got a heck of a ball club here, and I think we're going to make a great push to the playoffs, and hopefully ultimately win a championship and bring it back to the city of Reading.
And you mentioned something there about the supporting cast. Now, it's a very well recognizable cast in the organization that you came from, and I imagine that in spring training you got to work with a lot of those reputable named pitchers. Can you talk about those guys a little bit?
Yeah, I got to catch all the big name guys that everybody sees on TV. I got to catch Kane, Lincecum, Bumgarner, Zito, all of them. Just tremendous guys. They work extremely hard. They're so consistent on everything they do. It's unbelievable to sit behind the plate, call a pitch, and have them hit your glove almost every time. But they've worked hard to get to where they are, and it was a very special moment being able to be around those guys, and I'm honored that the Giants gave me that opportunity a couple years in a row. to kind of learn from them and sit back and just absorb it. And I wish nothing but the best for everybody over there.
So now you're here, we're working with a whole bunch of new guys. You got guys like Colvin, May, Julio Rodriguez that are all, pretty well-known names within the Phillies system as far as prospects go. What's the transition been like catching these guys for, maybe just the time through the rotation?
Yeah, I mean, they all obviously have electric stuff. Top-notch stuff that will probably play in the big leagues. It's been a lot of fun to be around them and kind of work with them and see a different side of them, because obviously I've had to hit against them earlier in the season, but now to be able to catch them, it's a lot easier than having to swing it against them. They got good stuff, and they're competitors out there on the mound, and they love to work. So it just makes my job that much easier when they're that dedicated.
And you were signed as a young guy, drafted in 2009 out of high school. I just want to kind of get your thoughts on maybe through your pro career these few years, who's been the biggest help to you?
I can't definitely sell anybody out on that. A lot of people have helped me. Everybody in the Giants organization has been nothing but helpful for me. I had to pick everybody's brain and learn from everybody, and everybody was really willing to help me over there. So it was awesome. Anybody from a top dog to maybe my fellow teammate, it didn't matter to them. Everybody over there was really, really kind and very welcoming in when I got there. And, they were awesome all the way through that stint that I had with them. And I moved over here to the Phillies, and these guys have been nothing but great as well. Obviously, it's a different coaching staff, kind of a different, I guess, way of doing things. But, it's not, a huge, drastic change, because obviously it's still the game of baseball. But, I'm excited to be here. Everybody's, awesome and helping me, and, it's great.
Sounds great. And a couple last things here for you before I let you go. Thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it. I've coached Babe Ruth League age kids. If you had the opportunity to speak to kids that age 13 to 15 that were hoping to play baseball beyond high school, whether it was college or professionally, what advice might you give to youngsters?
Yeah, if I had that opportunity, don't ever give up on your dream. If your dream is to become a big league ball player, then put everything else you got into it. Obviously, when you're that young, you still got to go to school and have fun. But don't ever forget to be a kid. That's one thing I'm gonna miss is being a kid and having a summer vacation. But obviously baseball's my love, and I couldn't be happier doing what I'm doing. So just keep striving, keep working, and just have fun with it.
It's really cool. And then one more thing here. Who are some names that you looked up to as a youngster? Talking about those youngsters maybe that might be impressionable. Who are some guys you looked up to as professional players when you were young?
No, when I was growing up, I was a huge fan of Mike Piazza, a catcher that could hit for power. Who didn't want to do that, And obviously Jorge Posada with the Yankees was a big influence. He's a tremendous catcher and handled an awesome staff. Derek Jeter for just the hard work and dedication he put in and day out, kept his mouth shut. Just watching baseball was good enough for me, just to kind of just see how everybody handled themselves and just see how professional everybody is. Just changes your life.